Hey everyone, so we're here at Laguna Orthopedic Rehab and we're going to go through a stretch that helps feed some slack and some mobility into our spine. It's a very simple stretch. It's very useful because thanks to modern living, we often end up in some classically sort of bad postures, but what we often sort of don't realize is that when we get into these positions, we're often creating a hinge or a local hinge or a sharper point of the curve somewhere. And over time, your body is forced to stiffen and toughen up those areas to cope with that change in shape. So it can leave us stiff and tight without realizing it. And as I mentioned before, it can have some upstream and downstream effects to your shoulders, to your hips, and the rest of your legs that can affect your performance, can set you up for injury and dysfunction, completely unnecessarily just from being in a bad shape. So clearly we want to promote being in better positions, but if you find yourself getting sucked into these shapes, we still want to be able to free those tissues up, reset the dial so that you can try and be the best you can within the circumstances that present to you. So most people have something like a foam roller. You can use a rolled up towel, anything that provides you a little bit of a bit of pressure that you can put through the areas. We sort of want it across your back. And one of the things we find with this stretch is a lot of people feel compelled to roll. Now that can be a bit of it can be a good thing to do to hit some of the tight musculature, but because we want to access the deeper stiffness, once you find something that feels a little bit tender or a bit tight, we just want to stay there. We want to let the pressure push into your back. We want your body to feel comfortable enough to relax and let that stiffness go. So as a consequence, when you're in these shapes, you can lean over the top and lift your bottom up. And you can drop your bottom back down again to find the point where you feel like you've got enough pressure through the area. So what we'd always recommend is that make sure that you can deep breathe in this position, because if you can't, then there's a fair chance you've gone too deep into the stretch and it's going to be a little bit trickier for your body to feel compelled to relax. So you want to spend 30 seconds to a minute in each spot. Just let your body do its thing. Once you've had enough of one spot, then just move the roller up or down, reposition it, and then just spend some more time in this shape. So you don't have to use a roller, as I said. If you want to get a little bit more specific, you can use an array of balls. Tennis balls work fine if you're a little bit tender. Something that's a bit more dense, like a lacrosse ball, baseball even, if you game, can also be a great way to find some of those specific spots that may not necessarily hurt and tell you that they're there, but when you go hunting with something, invariably they are there sort of below the surface. So if you can give yourself a quick once over with the roller or with the ball, spend some time trying to find those tender spots, make sure you can breathe, retest your movement before and afterwards so that you feel like you've done something legitimate. And then obviously making sure that those positions that you're getting into day to day aren't sort of drawing you back into the same shapes and creating that stiffness again. So see how you go, let us know how you went, and yeah, good luck. We'll see you next time. Bye.